On this video, we'll talk about best ball strategy and tell you about some sneaky stacks that you can have to help you win your league. I'm Seslowsky, and thanks for tuning back into RosterWatch. Stacking is a trendy fantasy football strategy, particularly in best ball tournament formats. Stacking is simply trying to draft correlating players on the same NFL team to maximize your fantasy output. When things break positively for your team, that can maximize your fantasy ceiling. In formats that have a top-heavy payout, like most best ball tournaments, it does help maximize your fantasy upside. Contrast that with your home league, where all you're trying to do is finish in the top 6, make the playoffs, and get hot from that point forward. One of the biggest misconceptions about stacking and the biggest mistakes that fantasy players can make is reaching for a stack ahead of ADP in order to secure that stack. Another suboptimal strategy is to pass on great players early just to create a stack. For example, most of your league mates know that the Chiefs and the Cowboys project to be 2 of the top 5 offenses in the NFL. You don't want to try to create a stack by passing on other players to draft that are going to be good, because that stack may get broken up by your league mates also reaching for those players. Today we're going to reveal 3 sneaky stacks that you can secure in your fantasy best ball leagues. Number 1, the Indianapolis Colts stack. Jonathan Taylor has an ADP of 7. He goes in round 1. Now, even if you don't get Jonathan Taylor, you still can create a stack with the following players: Michael Pittman, the 103rd player off the board in round 8. Nyheim Hines in round 10. T.Y. Hilton in round 11. Paris Campbell in round 12. And then you can wrap it around with the quarterback, Carson Wentz, in round 13. All of those players are going right around that time. And if you need to reach up a little bit to get them, that's fine too. A Colts stack is one of RosterWatch's sneaky best ball strategies. You don't need to secure Jonathan Taylor, as we talked about, for this stack to pay off. It's highly unusual for a team not to have a wide receiver with an ADP before round 8. The Colts project as a top 15 offense at the minimum. In season-long and redraft leagues, it may be tough to project when one of those pass catchers is going to go off. In best ball, you don't have to do that. This may be one of the best stacks in fantasy best ball tournaments. The second sneaky stack is the New York Giants. If you can secure Saquon Barkley in the first round, that's great. But if not, you could still have a very viable New York Giants stack. Kenny Golladay goes in round 5. Evan Ingram in round 11. Daniel Jones in round 13. Sterling Shepard in round 14. And then you can wrap it up the stack with Kadarius Toney in round 15. If you have a top 5 pick and you're able to secure Barkley, you may want to consider this non-obvious plausible stack. The NFC East projects to be one of the high-scoring divisions this season. Stacking Giants will also allow you to secure the players that you want in the first 5 or 6 rounds. The third stack we're going to talk about is the Baltimore Ravens. J.K. Dobbins in round 3. Mark Andrews in round 4, Lamar Jackson in round 5, Hollywood Brown in round 7, Gus Edwards in round 9, and Rashad Bateman in round 10. A Ravens stack does not require you to invest a top 24 pick to secure the stack. Stacking Ravens will require to use most of your mid-round draft capital to secure the stack. The Ravens players are not going to be highly coveted players relative to what their potential is. If you are proactive, especially in round 5 and 6, you could have an underrated league-winning stack. Okay, RosterWatch Nation, that's it for today. Remember to like and subscribe to get notifications when we put up new videos, and leave us a comment. Let us know what sneaky stacks you're securing in your best ball leagues. Until next time, goodbye.